Welcome everyone, thank you for joining me. I have turned on an extra light here. I might turn it off again, we'll see how that goes. But we're here for some special health focus, Tai Chi and Qi Gong. And today we are continuing our 24 simplified competition Tai Chi form. So let's get started with right hand in fist please, and left hand straight. Pulling back the thumb, bringing the feet together, the hands together, and press forwards. And yes, I'm sorry, I know the lighting isn't great here. I'm going to turn it down a bit, but I think it actually makes it, yes, it's easier to actually see my hands. Okay, so just a little bit of warming, please, to get started. Feet shoulder width and level. We lengthen up through the top of the head and the chin slightly down and back. And we're going to very gently feed the awareness into the inner corners of the hips, just gently rolling around. This is a subtle, soft, slow and gentle movement. You can do it with your hands in various positions. Recently I've just taken to doing it Chen Yin Jun's way of just letting the arms dangle, but if you wanted to, you could have your palms facing down, you could have your palms facing in towards your Dan Dian, or you could even have your hands resting on your hips. There's lots of little variations for this one. Now, if you have any issues, which is all of us really, none of us are working with an absolutely perfect body. This is an excellent exercise to mobilize, to loosen anything that is stiff, to strengthen anything that is weak, and to help to bring into balance the various muscles that connect the body to the hips. So it's really useful to loosen the area we call the Qi. And the Qi, you could say, is like the knicker line between the body and the legs. And in Tai Chi, it's considered to be so important that that area is nice and free and loose, because we are turning from center, we're moving our bodies from the center. And so if the Qi is tight or restricted, that means that the flow of movement is restricted. So this is an excellent exercise for general maintenance. I would say if you'd had a hip replacement, this would be a perfect exercise for recovery. I used it after I had a hysterectomy alongside standing practice. So very, very gentle, but mobilizing and encouraging the energy to flow. But even if you don't have, or you haven't had any particular issues, this exercise is considered to be very, very useful. It's what our Grand Master does every day. He does 500 circulations in each direction and encourages us to do the same. But I would put a caveat to that. You have to build up to it. So don't be trying to do 500 straight away. See if you can do 30 in each direction. That's a good start. Let's change direction. And that's what we tend to do in class. Even in a 3-hour class, we would do 30 of these in each direction. And then try doing it several times a day. And then try doing 60 times a day and build it up, so that just like any other exercise, you're building capacity, you're building body memory, you're building the strength, and it truly is helping you. If you try to do too many of an exercise too soon, you can actually stress your body out more. And what I found when I tried to go straight to 500, having done 30 a day, I would get so many, and then I would actually start to become stiff again. So I was loosening, as it's intended to do, it loosens the body, and then maybe I get to 200 or so, and I could feel my body actually tightening again. So that's a big flag, if you like, saying, okay, you're doing too much. So it should loosen and strengthen, but if the body becomes fatigued, it'll start to tighten again. And that would be the same with any of the Tai Chi exercises. Good, let's come back to center now. And we'll just take the weight into one side, keep the hips level. In fact, you can actually take your hands to your hips. And we'll do a little rotation from center. Think of that as the beginning point, and send a little spiral down your leg and see how it feels. Good, and then change direction. Keep the top of the head floating up, the chin slightly down and back, so you are maintaining good structure to support the exercise. Good, shaking out on the other side, keep the hips level and rotate. Good, keep breathing and change direction. Any exercise is good for you. Well, if you do it correctly, any exercise is good. Recently, I watched a video of someone who isn't a Tai Chi teacher, I don't think, but is a holistic practitioner, and took a few Tai Chi exercises, very, very simple Tai Chi exercises, and we watched a video on it. My dad, who can't stand on his own, he needs help now. He was following the exercises and really enjoying them, and I was thinking, I show you so many Tai Chi exercises and you throw the hands up, but you're doing this. It was quite good. So simple is good, and it all has a holistic effect. So let's just have a look at those exercises. I'd like you to take your hands, hold them up, and we're going to twist. As fast as you can, twist. And actually, I find that exercise points out to me that my left side is not as coordinated as my right, that I'm struggling to get as easy a connection, that my right hand is flying away and my left hand is just kind of trying to keep up. So 30 seconds of this, very nice as a Qi awakening exercise. Good. The next exercise we're going to do is make fists and open the hands. See what I'm doing? Make fists and open hands. And get your fingers to touch the palms of your hands as you make fists. See if you can get the middle finger to touch the Lao Gong point, the very center of the palm. Open and close as fast as you can comfortably. And again, you would do this for 30 seconds. I mean, these are very, very basic Qi exercises, but it does have an effect. You might even feel that your face is rosy, you might even be breaking a sweat. It's a good exercise. And then one that you'll see us doing many, many times, especially in warm-up, rubbing the hands vigorously together for 30 seconds. So we don't normally do it for 30 seconds. But there you go. So there's 3 nice, really simple, really useful Qi awakening exercises. So then if we go into hug ball, just nice and relaxed with a little space under our arms, you'll feel your hands, I imagine you'll feel your hands tingling, maybe even throbbing. And if you open and close your hands gently, you may notice, play with it, that you've found your Qi ball. You'll find that place where the energy connects. It feels magnetic. You might feel that your hands are being pulled together. More likely you'll feel that your hands are being repelled. They're pushing each other away. So you'll find your Qi ball. Now you could turn it into La Qi. This is La Qi, that you're stretching the Qi ball. Think of connecting and keeping the connection as you open and compressing as you close with your breath. So that's a nice step into a little bit more subtle and advanced Tai Chi. Stretch the Qi ball, or Qi Gong if you like. Good. And we can stretch it with our fingers pointing forwards. We can turn the waist and stretch it as if you have bread dough and you're stretching the dough forwards and back. Turn your waist. And these are perfectly good Qi Gong exercises. They're very simple, but they're very good. You could make it a little bit more advanced by rolling the ball like a choo-choo train. See, you'll see this movement. Actually, you'll see both movements in Master Locke's work. I'm terribly sorry, you might hear the cat making noises in the background. Good, okay. Or you can take your Qi ball then and do your little rotation and turn. So that's your heaven and earth rotations, which is a stomach spleen exercise. But anyway, those first 3 movements, very, very good for getting the Qi flowing through your entire system. And I thought it was very interesting because normally when I try to get my dad to join me in a little bit of seated Tai Chi, he'll do a few minutes and then just say, I'm tired, can I stop? But when I did those few exercises, he was really engaging with it. And he said, oh, I can feel it in my feet. Should I feel it in my feet? I said, yeah, yes. When we work our hands, we're going to, by proxy, we're working our feet as well. Remember the 3 harmonies? The hands affect the feet, the elbows affect the knees, the shoulders affect the hips. So if you can't move your feet, do hand work, and that will help energize your feet. If you can't move your knees, do elbow work, and that will affect the knees. If you can't work your hips directly, but you want to influence them, then you can do lots of shoulder exercises, and that will in turn direct more energy down into your hips. So the 3 harmonies is more than just a way of helping us structure our movements. It can actually also help with healing by proxy, if you like. You can help aid one part of the body by working another part. So there's 3 lovely wee exercises for you to play with, dead easy, but very potent. Actually, the more simple often in Tai Chi and Qi Gong, the more potent they are. So what were they? They were the sort of jazz hands twisting, that's 1. There's the making fists and opening as fast as you can comfortably, that's 2. And the rubbing vigorously together, that's 3. Okay, so what I would like you to do after you have done that is direct that Qi into whatever part of the body needs help the most. And if you're not sure what part of the body that would be, may I suggest the kidneys. So let's give the kidneys a wee bit of love. We'll say that we've just done our 30 seconds rubbing vigorously together. After we've finished all that, let's take the hands to the small of the back, bend the knees, and give your back a jolly good rub. So rubbing the area in question directly, always useful if you can, and then holding it. So you can directly hold your hands on your kidneys, keeping the knees off the lock so that the small of the back can release, and feel the warmth flowing into your back. So this would be excellent for kidney health, but also for, say, for example, sciatica, any nerve impingement in the small of the back. You're bathing the area in energy and warmth. And this is helping the structures to release, and it's helping everything to function the way it should. Very good. So something to play with. And you can hold your back or hold any body part that's requiring a bit of love or attention for as long as it feels that it's useful. So you can hold it for 5 minutes. Often I would do this kind of work lying in bed, and say if my tummy was cold, which is sometimes the way, I would just hold my tummy and let the warmth, the Qi from my hands go into the area and warm the area and help to soothe it. And quite often I would actually fall asleep holding the part that needs the attention. And quite often your hand will naturally drift to the part of your body that is needing attention. Likewise, if you are doing this work, you've done your twisting and fist opening and closing and rubbing, and if there's an area in your body that you can't easily reach, for example your foot, you're like, oh no, I can't reach that comfortably, then just hold bowl, do your hug bowl position in front of you, and visualize that body part between your 2 hands. Because you're all connected, so where your mind goes, your energy follows. So it is like, again, by proxy, you are directing the energy that you have just galvanized into being, and you are bathing the body part between your two hands. So this is true, say, for example, your foot, but also if there is an organ or an area in your body that you can't physically get to, just hold your arms in a comfortable, neutral position and visualize that part of the body bathed in the energy between the two hands. So there's a nice, relatively easy, simple and straightforward practice for generally boosting the health. Okay, and that's our warm-up time. So let's just do a little cycle if you can. You can do this seated, by the way, just cycling the legs back. This is one of the first exercises I ever learned in Tai Chi class by my first teacher, Peter Gilligan. And he was saying how you have to stand for long periods of time learning Tai Chi. The legs get tired. Maybe you might feel they get heavy. A backward cycle is a very quick and easy way to help your system to recover. It's pumping the lymph and it's pumping the blood back up those legs and helping you just to feel better. If you find that that movement is difficult, you could do it much smaller, that you're just kind of like one of those little seated pedals, you know, the ones that you get for your armchair. So you can just make a little cycle back. Even that does the job. It is just this little action of directing movement and directing energy through the legs. Okay, so folks, let us do a little bit of the 24 International Simplified Competition form. Okay, we're going to go from the beginning and we're going to go all the way through to grasping bird's tail. I'm going to show you the back view first, so I'd like you to follow. Just try to get the general shape and form of it. I may well turn afterwards and do it facing you as well, doing a mirror or just facing you. But let's try it first, as is, just doing the form as it's choreographed. So feet together, please, and we lengthen up through the top of the head. We bring the chin slightly down and back. And the first thing to do is nothing. We simply stand in good posture and calm down. Be aware of your breath. And listen behind you. Find all 10 fingers and gently press them down. And let's begin. Open, we release, belly, hips, knees, feel into the feet. Fill the right foot, empty the left, step open. Transfer. In center, we breathe in and float up to shoulder height. Breathe out, relax down to belly height. Taking the weight right hug ball, right hand on top, left hand underneath. We step to the side and slightly back and turn left and right. Off screen. Good, okay. So that's the first of 3 steps. We feed the weight back, turn, out and draw in. Step 2, separate, wild horse's mane. And step 3, we stay forwards and bring the back foot halfway in. We feed the weight back to make a small hug ball towards your left hip. We swing right arm sweeps up, untwist, left arm sweeps down and replace the front foot. And point to the elbow. Point to the elbow, bring the front foot in. You may need more space. If that's the case, you can take it, step back, and we continue with brush knee and push. Feed back, turn out, forwards, arm brings the leg, and step, brush knee and push. Back, turn out, forwards, arm brings the leg, step, brush knee and push. We stay forwards, we take a half step with the back foot, feed the weight back, right shoulder back, left arm rises, and it's a downward and relaxed motion onto the heel, empty stance. Swing the right hand to the corner and draw in. Step, put the foot down, feed your weight back and fix your front foot. We swing to the corner, draw in and step, foot down, weight back, fix the front foot. Swing to the corner, draw in, step, foot down, weight back, fix the front foot. And the last time we swing to the corner, draw in and step, foot down, weight back, fix the front foot. Now we're going to turn to face the front by lifting the back foot heel just off the floor. Pivot on the weighted foot and swing the arms underneath and up into right hug ball, the same position that we started with. So we step diagonally back, and this time we go into pung. So we fix the feet, front foot pointing straight, back foot to 45. This is between your 2 feet. Now we go all the way forwards. Throw the ball, catch it, roll it back. We go all the way back. We open towards the front and square up, bringing your right hand in behind your left wrist. Feed it forwards, not quite all the way, and now all the way forwards. Palms face down, feed the weight back, we come underneath, feed up the back and send it away. We go all the way forwards, feed the weight back, leave the arms as is and just let them swing across. Gather the right side, and I'm going to step forwards so that you can see, and we repeat the whole process on the other side. So we step diagonally back, turn, square, throw the ball, catch it, and roll back. Open to the front and square up again. Press, not all the way forwards, now all the way forwards. Feed the weight all the way back, underneath, up, and all the way forwards again. Well done, and rest. Good. Take a breath. Calm yourself down. Well done, easing from your stance. So today I have not been using the first bow stance, second bow stance, third bow stance. I could do, but it's good maybe sometimes to teach in different ways, because not everyone responds to the one way. Good. So let's do it again, and I'll talk a lot less this time. I just want you to see if you can get the flow. We'll do it 3 times in all. Then I'll check in with you to see how you're getting on before we then decide, are we going to take it another step forwards, or if there's anything you want explained or shown in more detail. Okay, so let's do it again, and I'll give you again the back view, but just less words, so that you can just move with me, flow with me. See if you can copy, or see if you're remembering the moves yourself. Okay, let's begin. Prepare. And start. Okay, so we're going to move back. So if we touch or point to the elbow and then step back left as we turn right, and step back right as we turn left, and continue, step back until we're here. And then we can do brush knee push forwards. So it's adding choreography so that we can keep the flow. Stay forwards. Four steps back. I think I over-corrected, didn't I? Okay, so you've done your fourth step back, and pang, lu, ji, an. Casting the net. Again, I'm going to step forward so that you can see. And pang, lu, ji, an. And step in. Good, take a breath. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to do it once more, but this time I have a feeling it might be quite good to do front view. Mirror can really confuse people. But shall we try? Can I get a thumbs up if you would like to see the mirrored view? Yes, yeah, okay, happy days, all right. So once it comes to the stepping back section, that will be very confusing. So once we get to stepping back, I will flip it so that we're all doing the same thing. Because from experience, as soon as we're moving sideways, that's hard. But let's do it so that up until step back repulse monkey, we're mirrored. Then once we'll do the stepping back together. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I think maybe then what we'll do is Pengluji and the grasping bird's tail facing each other. I know it's a bit of a change, but it's a way that we can check on details, that you can check, that you can actually see me for a start, and that we can check. So let's give it a go. So this is a little bit different. So feet together, we lengthen up, and relax down. Give yourself a moment to calm. And let's begin. We release. Fill right, empty left, and step open. Raising the water. Right hug ball. Step diagonally back and turn. Separate wild horse's mane. So again, this can be a bit confusing. So you're stepping right. Yeah, I think this bit will all do the same thing. Okay, so step right. Okay, and step left. Okay, stay forwards, take a half step, feed the weight back, left hug ball. Swing the right arm up, left arm down, release the front foot. Point to the elbow, and bring the foot in. We need 3 more steps forwards. Do you have space? We can leave out the extra choreography and just reposition if you need to. So we step and brush knee push. 3 times. 1, point to the elbow, press down. 2, 3. Stay forwards, take a half step. We're doing the same thing. Feed the right shoulder back, left arm up, and relax down. 4 steps back, reach to the corner, draw in. I'll do a facing you version in a second. 2, 3, fix the front foot each time, and 4. Now we keep the weight back, turn to face front, swinging the arms underneath and up into right hug ball. Okay, so now grasping bird's tail. We step diagonally back and turn. Hung. Throw catch, roll back. Open and square up. Press G. All the way forwards for the beginning of An. All the way back. Underneath and up. All the way forwards. And feed the weight back. Leave the arms. Turn the waist. Left hug ball and step. Turn, pull. Throw the ball, catch it, roll it back, lead. Open and square up. Press G, all the way forwards, all the way back, underneath. Sorry, I realise I'm off screen. Up and away. Good, and rest. Yeah. Okay, so I'd actually like to do it one more time, but leaving out the turns altogether. So mirror, but front view. And that way, hopefully, if there are any little issues with hands, feet, positioning, hopefully we'll clear them up. So let's do it one more time. We can move forwards and back a little bit, but we'll just stay facing each other. So feet together, please. And lengthen up. Deep breath and sigh the tension away. Good, we release belly, hips, knees, open to your left. So still mirroring. Ready? We breathe in and out. Right hug ball. Now for the purposes of this, let's turn out your right foot to the corner and go into right hug ball. So left hand is underneath. We step towards the screen and separate. So you see how wide the arms are? Don't let them go out too far. Don't keep them too close. Hands pretty much in line with feet. Feed it back. Everything turns as a unit. Feed it forwards. As you turn, you draw in. As you step, you turn a little further to the left and separate. Relax to center. Back, turn, forwards and in. One more time. Step and separate. Keep your weight forwards. Take a half step with the back foot. Turn towards your left hip and make a small hug ball. Turning, raise the right hand. Keep the right hand up, release lower hand down and release the foot. And that's onto the toe, empty stance. We have old cat, washes its face, bringing the front foot in. Now you'll need more space to come forward, so step back please. We'll leave out the extra fiddly choreography, just get the bread and butter. So we're going to step, press down with the hands, looking forwards, brush knee and push, relax to center. Release, feed the weight back and turn, feed the weight forwards, hand brings foot, and step, brush knee, push. One more time, back, turn, forwards, hand brings foot, foot brings hands, step, brush knee, and push. And we're going to keep the weight forwards, take a half step with the back foot, draw the right side back, raise the left side, and relax down onto your front heel. Keep both knees bent. This is called play guitar. Very good. And now we can begin part two. We swing to the corner, draw in, hand and foot. We step to the corner, relax the foot down, feed the weight back, fix the front foot. Send it away, reach to the corner, lift the front heel, draw in, step, foot down, weight back, fix the front toe, and swing to the corner. Draw in, step, heel in, toes in. Last time, swing, draw in, step, heel in, toes in. We're going to swing the arms underneath and back up into right hug ball. Okay, so now we're going into Pang Liu Ji An, and we're just going to do it towards each other. So you're stepping with your left foot towards me and square up, Pang. Pang is very square, don't leave it kind of on the angle. Square up, Pang, very contained and round. Now all the way forwards, flip the hands, throw, and roll back, Liu. Towards you, at the end of the movement we release. Square up, let the right hand circle in, and nice and square, again contained, forwards. Now we release and go all the way forwards, palms face down, all the way back, relax underneath, get in underneath, up, and send it away. Excellent. Feed the weight back, bring the foot in for now, and take left hug ball. Now folks, I would like you to pay special attention please on not leaning your body forwards. I know sometimes if we're protecting ourselves, we'll lean forwards. Stay upright, okay, ready? So we step and square up, Pang. That's much better, good. Okay, now, the body goes forwards, but you're not leaning. The whole body stays upright. Throw the ball, catch it, roll it back. Much better, excellent. We open to the side, square up, and circle the left hand in behind. Press, G, all the way forwards for An, all the way back. Relax down, underneath, up, and away. Excellent, that was much better, and close. Good. Good, take a breath. Lovely, so yeah, I'll show you what I mean, you'll see from the side. Sometimes I'll see people, as I say, for whatever reason, maybe they're trying to protect something, this happens. Do you see that forward lean? For every inch that you angle forwards, you're putting more pressure on your body, and it's actually harder to function and to support yourself and everything. So if you're struggling with it, keep your stance small. That's absolutely fine, but stay upright. And then the movements forwards and back will feel even smaller still. It'll feel like you're marking out the movement. So the bigger your stance, the more you will move in your stance. So if I am here, for example, it feels more substantial. Yeah, because I've further to go back. But regardless, I want to see an upright posture throughout your practice. In fact, throughout all of the moves of the 24, with the odd exception, but I will point those out as we go. But for the most part, we want the body to remain a plumb line, remain absolutely perpendicular to the earth, like a plumb line, like a weight on a string. We want that line straight down. With every degree that we deviate from that straight line, we are adding pressure and difficulty into the body. So I know, like I'm constantly, my poor mum, she's tortured with me because she's starting to be a bit stooped, and I'm continuously saying, stand up straight, because actually it's much healthier, it's much better for the body. You're having to work less. I know this can feel very comfortable, especially when we're on a tablet and a phone and a computer and we're driving all day. The head slides forwards, but actually it is not so good for our body to be in that position. So keep lengthening up. It'll keep you with height. It will give you grace. It will give you a kind of majesty. You have more power to you. People will listen to this as opposed to this. Yeah, but it's actually healthier for your organs and for your body to function when we're straight. So do please be careful. Every time, yes, we want to express, expand, roll back, press, and change direction. But within all of that, we want to express the upright line. The whole time, it is an ongoing expression. And it actually allows the body to function within those movements and gives you power and strength. As soon as we lean, someone could just give you a wee shove to your hips and you would go down. So it is not ticking the box of functionality if we lean. Good, okay, so I'm going to just show you today what comes next. And after all that very densely packed stuff in grasping bird's tail, the next movement, it has its technique, it has its finesse as well, but it's much less dense. So we have a whole section that I call the single whip sandwich. We have a movement called single whip, and then it's followed with cloud hands, and then the end of cloud hands is single whip again. So it's a lovely set, and we'll be looking at that much more next week. But have a watch, please. I'll show you it front view without mirroring, and I'll show you it back view. And then I think maybe today we'll just do a very brief relaxation and warm down. But have a wee watch. So say I have done the end of grasping bird's tail on the second side. This is my second side if I'm facing you. So this is single whip. We feed the weight back and turn, and the right side, my right side, comes down. I change my arms and my weight, and as I turn to my right, I open the right hand and make a hook. I relax everything down, everything gets smaller, and then I step diagonally back to get bigger. I open like a door, hinging open. We relax to center when we get to 90 degrees and expand as I fix my back foot to 45. And then I open, I shift my weight and change arms and come in. And that leads me into this beautiful sequence called cloud hands, which we will look at in loads of detail next week. After we've done 3 cloud hands, we repeat the single whip. And that is the single whip sandwich, or the cloud hands single whip sandwich. Let me show you it from the back. I won't talk this time, you can just have a wee watch. So there we have it. That's what we're going to be working on next week. It's quite fun. Cloud hands takes time. There is a lot to it, but it's doable. And once we crack the code of it, it's very doable indeed. But we're introducing a new stance in our single whip. So far we've looked at, can you remember? We have horse stance, like you're riding a horse. We have bow stance, like you're shooting a bow and arrow. We have empty stance, either on the toes or on the heels. We have ding stance, which is like empty stance but with the foot pulled back, so it's close to. And we have resting stance. I think we haven't actually looked at resting stance yet, and that's when the legs are crossed with the heel lifted behind, and we can go down as deep as you like. But with single whip, we have a new stance for us, which is a hybrid. It's a hybrid between horse and bow. So when you see single whip, it is not bow stance, where the hips are square. Neither is it horse stance when the feet are parallel, but it's somewhere in between. So one foot is pointing forwards, the other foot at 45, but the hips are open to the corner, and that is the position that we have for single whip. So we will look at that next week. For now, let's do a wee relaxation to finish. So let's rub our hands vigorously together again. I'll not get you to do it for 30 seconds, just for a couple of seconds, and then lift up and patting gently down. Now sometimes patting downwards feels too much. If it feels too much, you can brush gently down. That might feel better, but sometimes even brushing can feel too much. So if that is the case, then you can do an air wash, a Qi wash, where you're not actually touching your body, but you are following the contours and you're gently gliding downwards. Now sometimes it's not a case of one feels too much, but it maybe doesn't feel quite right. So if that's the case, try doing it another way. So you can pat, or you can stroke, or you can Qi wash. And actually today I'm really loving the Qi wash. It feels very like what my body wants. So brush down or skim past each part of the body in turn. Very good. And let's have a little shake out. So let's do our 100 ailments go away by Bing Xiao. And we're going to add the arms lifted. And so gently bouncing on the heels or just off the heels, and let the wrists go nice and floppy. In fact, let all the wobbly bits of your body wobble. So we really want the soft tissues to release. And good. So the expression goes 7 heel taps every day 100 ailments go away. And it's true because it's working your lymphatic system. It is your waste disposal system that's getting a bit of a flush. Good, so remember this one that we did earlier? The sort of hallelujah hands? Yeah, if we take one at a time, we lengthen up, lengthen through the spine, gently glide over to one side, and instead of holding them up, let them dangle. So now we're twisting, and if you can add a little bit of a shake forwards and back into the mix. So we're really creating a chaotic, wobbling, shaking movement, letting everything just melt. Good, and breathe into it. Lovely, and float up. Lengthen and to the other side. And again, a gentle twisting and shaking and breathing. Let everything melt. Really chaotic, controlled abandon, shall we say. Good, and back to center, we float up. Lengthen the spine and relax. And let's just stand for a moment, please. The top of the head floating up, the chin slightly down and back. Listen to your body and breathe. Calming down. Notice where you feel the energy, where you feel the sensations. And whatever those sensations are, be with them. Listen to them and let go through them. Good, now let's guide the hands to cover center. Hug your elbows gently in. And feel the touch of your hands guiding your awareness into the center of your belly. Breathe into the center of your belly. And feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. Relax your arms gently down. We'll close and we'll salute. I keep meaning to do guided relaxations, but the 24 form is just pulling us in to do as best work as we can. So I'll try again next week to do a little bit of guided relaxation. But thank you so much for joining today and for working so hard. I'm wishing you the best of health, and I look forward to seeing you next time.